yet.
Yeah.
Also the one, the time one too for me. Yes, plus. I don't have enough time. That's what I tell myself. But well, yeah, really that's just an excuse because I'm scared to have my own class by myself. So I'm just gonna be honest. I just say that because I'm scared. But I'm working myself. Like I'm excited.
Me too. I'm really excited about it.
I'm ready to just do it.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys see the class that I'm going to do on April 1st?
Yeah.
That's a
meeting. Yeah.
I'm excited about that. So, Jenny, you got to come.
Terry, had you ever heard of an iToby scanner?
I had not heard of it until you guys started talking about it, and then I had to go look it up, and it looks really awesome.
It is. It's really a neat tool.
Have you guys used it?
Yeah, I've had 2 scans. Lindsay, you've been scanned once, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting to see what your results come up with.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So bring some people that night because that'll be a good way for us to. Yeah,
not many people have this tool. I mean, it's pretty expensive, but they have a really good monthly plan that you can get on. It's actually pretty affordable. So we just went for it, and I'm excited.
We're gonna rock it. We're gonna. What do we call ourselves? The scanner. What?
The Scanning Clan or something? I don't know. The clan that scans. That's what Kirsten said. Yeah.
So I think the excuse that I have been using lately is it's not listed here, but it's more I've run out of my warm market. I keep saying, oh, I'm out of people to talk to, and I've already gone through my warm market, and I've kind of used that as an excuse instead of talking to people that already are in the organization and asking them to host classes and tapping into their friend circles. So that's an excuse that I have been using fairly regularly. So, yeah. What about you, Sherry?
It's funny, actually, on this first page, before I even went through the rest of the chapter, I put little stars next to the excuses that I would use. And I had, I don't know any people. And then I had, I don't have the influence you have. I don't have the time. And then I don't like to sell stuff. So I had 4 that I put stars beside before I even moved on to the rest of the chapter. And then I was like, oh, well, I really don't have an excuse now, do I? It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, she pretty much explodes all of your excuses as you read on. It's like, oh snap. Yeah.
Yeah, that, so yeah.
Yeah. All right, Faye, what are some of your excuses?
I shouldn't have any excuses because I'm unemployed.
What?
She said she shouldn't have any excuses because she's unemployed.
Oh, that's right.
I really actually don't have an excuse. But because of what's going through, I just have my journey in my life right now is just really tough. And it's gonna hurt for me to get on it and start, but I'm still using all the oils, and right now I'm working at the airport, and the executive daughter is doing it, and because they smelled it, I just put it in my hand because I always have it. That's my life right now because they're very helpful to me. I don't know what to say. I really don't have an excuse. I should be doing this.
But that is really the first step to all of this is using the oils and the products. I mean, you're on Essential Rewards. I mean, you're a product of the product, and that's really the most important first thing to do. Because you can't try and get someone else to use oils if you're not really using them yourself on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I know.
Faye is definitely a good product of the product.
yeah.
I mean, like I mentioned it to Lindsay before. It's just thinking of the right place, the right time, just the right people, but not around here, because I've tried. But see, I'm not a person that gave up easily. It's just, I'm just gonna, step by step, I'm just kind of slow, in other words, but I always want to hit on my target if I want to do it. I want to do it right, and I want to do it on the right time. But that's just my personality. But like I said, I really don't have any excuses, and I really need to get on this stuff as quickly as I can because I needed the income.
Yeah. I know what you mean because I can be a perfectionist a lot too. But when we were at retreat in January in Florida, Lindsay, do you remember Molly?
Yeah.
This her quote, and it really stuck with me. And it's very simple, but it's her motto is better done than perfect. Better
started. It's better started than perfect, I thought she said.
Well, she might have said that too, but I remember her saying another time would be better done than perfect. So anyways, just do it. Do you know what I mean? It's because if you wait for the perfect opportunity and the perfect everything to line up, I mean, it's just, I'm the same way, So
you can always make up a reason not to start.
Yeah. And Molly is a gold leader. She's gold.
Is she gold? I thought she was higher than that even.
No, I don't think so. I don't think she's made platinum yet. Yeah. But anyway, she has a successful business. So she's someone that I look up to. And, she talked a lot at retreat. And, I liked that piece of advice she had. Just do it. Don't wait for everything to line up to be perfect. Because that's what I contended to do.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I loved, we'll go through some of these for people watching the replay, but under her title location on page 38, these are some of the things that I highlighted. And she was talking about saturation being what it happens when you put too much butter on your popcorn, not what a concept that affects your Young Living business. Because you need to be tapping into those new friend circles, not, just always dipping into your same friends, because that will eventually run out, and that's the excuse that I've been making. So if you want this, you will find creative ways to make it work. I really took that away because it's not a matter of saying, I'll try, it's finding out how to do it. Also, in regards to the money, when people say that they don't have the money, the Young Living is the cheapest business on the planet that you could start because you don't have to buy into the business. You automatically get the business when you buy your starter kit. So it's perfect. And I just really loved that. Plus, you get your starter kit because you want to use it, but then that's all you need, that and the script in the book to have your own class. So that's a really, really nice benefit. And then I highlighted that she said, your job is to get the kit in front of as many people as you can, no inventory required. And I just think about some people that are in these other companies that have just entire stores in their home of inventory. I mean, I even look back of when I was doing Mary Kay, I had a ton of inventory. And I didn't wear makeup. So then after I decided not to do that anymore, Jonathan sold my entire inventory. I mean, it was like, I don't wear this stuff. So go figure why I was selling it. I have no idea.
I didn't know you used to sell Mary Kay.
That was the first thing I tried.
That's really funny, Lindsay.
Timmy.
don't really wear makeup.
I don't wear any makeup. I wear mascara and chapstick, and that's
Oh my gosh.
so. Oh, Abby just said she won't be able to make it to class tonight, that she did her homework though.
I like that we don't have to have the inventory in our own house, because then if they have a problem, like if I get a hole in my LuLaRoe leggings, I'm calling the girl that I ordered them from so she can ship me another pair. And but with this, you know, it's, you know, you help them contact Young Living. It's all done through Young Living, you know?
Yeah.
I like that.
What stood out to you guys in the time section?
Well, I liked in the influence section, that was the section above. I just, I underlined that it's not fame that grows a business. It's just rolling up your sleeves and holding classes. So I feel like, once again, you know, we're just seeing her reiterate over and over, classes.
Yes.
You just start having classes. So, and rolling up your sleeves, I mean, she's just saying, like, you know, no matter where you're at, you know, what's going on in your life, just find a day to do it. You know, just pick a day and just do it. You know, schedule some classes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy, especially in the beginning, but.
Well, and it's like anything that you're doing that's brand new. The first couple times you do it, it's going to be intimidating.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, you become more comfortable in front of people, and you also become more comfortable with what you're saying. So did you guys read through your script this weekend?
I have not, and I really, did you, Sherry?
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, because I feel like if we can get really comfortable with the script, I mean, that will help all of us to feel more comfortable about doing classes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can almost have that thing memorized, but still have it in front of you, you know. I just know I took a speech class in college, and I know, like, I would practice those things over and over and over, and then finally when I would have to give it, I felt comfortable because I had practiced so much. Yeah. So I think that's good that she told us we need to practice it at least 10 times.
Yep.
So, yeah, we need to do that.
So in the time section, some things that stood out to me is that she said that Young Living is your way out, that Young Living gives you time economy. So when you say, I don't have enough time to do it, what you're really saying is, I'm not willing to sacrifice a little now to get a lot later. And if you're not a good steward of your time, you'll always need more. And just to look at your schedule and find a few hours every week. Can we do this later, please? Maybe. Thanks. So I thought that was really important. It's just, as you start embracing Young Living more and your paycheck starts reflecting your effort, then you can start cutting some things off of your plate. But at the beginning, you're just going to have to, like she said, roll up your sleeves, get in, and make time for it. So that stood out for me. Make a plan, do it, no excuses. I had that highlighted in the last paragraph. So, yeah. What about you guys?
I underlined the same stuff you did.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
Sherry, what stood out on the next section? I don't want to sell stuff.
Is this... Actually, I did not find anything in this section. Yeah, it was, her story was interesting too, how she started with it.
So that first paragraph, It just stood out to me. She said, it's always been about education. I have a passion to help people live a chemical-free life. Every oil they're using is a chemical they're not using.
I love that line. Yeah.
So Andrea was over today, and I was helping her do some stuff for a presentation she's got tomorrow. And she said that one of the people that she's been talking to keeps saying, I don't want to sell stuff. I'm not into that. I don't want to sell. And so she said, well, how do I dispel that myth for her? And if I had not have read this chapter so recently, I wouldn't have really had a good answer for her. But I told her, I said, just talk to her about the education part and not selling, that we are not trying to sell you stuff. We just want you to be educated and informed and make a decision from there. So I thought that was pretty cool. That stood out to me. And then I highlighted a few other things about her story, that not everything that's in a store is safe. Not everything the FDA has approved is safe. Mm-hmm. And that a lot of times when we're using those other products, we're just oblivious and we're poisoning ourselves. And I never really thought of it like that until recently. It wasn't, and Jenny, I think we were talking about this yesterday, that it's just, I didn't think that I was doing something that was that bad. I used to look at people that are in the place that I'm at now and think, oh my gosh, like, lighten up, have a cheeseburger. Come on, what's the big deal? Or, I don't really care if I wash my hair with Suave or with whatever, as long as my hair gets clean. So I can relate to where those people are coming from. That stood out to me in this chapter.
Yeah, and something that kind of stood out to me was, when we think about food and, you try to eat healthy, like, it's okay if you fall off the bandwagon and, like, the 80-20 rule, like, you eat really healthy 80% of the time, and then it's okay to splurge, and that stuff's fine. But you start talking about the products that you're using every day, like, you're not just going to go out and say, okay, well, this month I'm going to get Suave, and not get these are like, because you get favorites, and then those are the things you're using every day. So it's almost like worse than food, because that's the stuff you are using every day. You're using the same dish detergent every day. You're using the same shampoo. All of that stuff.
Well, and with food, what you're putting in your mouth only affects you. But with your house, the things that you're cleaning your clothes with or your counters with,
air. It's
everywhere. So everybody in your household is being affected by the decisions that you're making.
That is so true. You're exactly right. So in a way, it's more crucial. It's more toxic.
Yeah. Yeah. Right there with you. So we just have to educate people and not focus on kits. That's not the important thing. Now, the reality is that she does point out in the book is that she's never, ever sold somebody as a retail customer. She doesn't believe in that. She only wants people to buy the kit because she wants them to experience the full benefit of all the oils. But it's not about selling the kit. It's about, I want you to do this because of all of these benefits. So I think that that's, important to just focus on the education and helping people see the value of what you're offering them and how it can change their life. And if you show them that, they're going to want it. They just will. So
there will be a few, because I have this one friend that this is probably going to be the third or fourth time she's asked me to add something onto my order for her. And it's great. Like, I'm really excited. She wants to try some different oils. She wants to get the household cleaner and stuff like that. But I have really tried to talk her into the kit, and it's just, we don't have the money, that kind of thing. And it's just like, you will find those friends, that And it's hard if it's somebody you're close with. I mean, she's a good friend.
Yeah.
So.
But even people like Sarah that don't have the money, when they make it a priority, they find it.
Right.
Saved up for a few months. So maybe the next time that she asks you to place an order, just say, hey, okay, I'll do this, but I'm going to help you save up for this kit because I really want you to have it and you really need it. So give me an extra $20 each time and I will hold your money and I'll just keep it right here in this envelope, and just.
That's a good idea.
To say, just give me 20 extra bucks each time and I will save it up for you.
Yeah.
And then over time, she'll have the money for the kit. Might be an option.
No,
I don't know how often
it
it hasn't oiled, but
yeah.
So
I want to get her to one of my classes too. I think
I think that will be huge.
Yeah.
So the last section of the book was talking about the one legitimate excuse, and that's the people that just absolutely cannot stand in front of people. And I have seen this so many times teaching, and I always made my students give presentations, like a lot of presentations, because I wanted them to be more familiar with. I think they learn better that way, but I also felt like it was a skill they needed to have. And I had one girl that she got up and she was doing her presentation and everything was going fine. And she didn't tell me, like she told me she was nervous leading up to it, but she didn't tell me she had like severe anxiety. And so in the middle of her presentation, she just ran out of the room crying. And I was kind of like, uh-oh. Like, I did not want to put her in that position. I didn't know. But so, I mean, I've seen that there are people that are just terrified of being in front of people. So I loved that she gave suggestions for that, because it just goes to show that there really is options for any type of person in this kind of a business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was my favorite section right here. So
was it?
It was. And I really like that there, if you don't feel like you're comfortable doing a class, there are other ways. And I really like that. And my favorite was the, Sharon, who was really good at follow-up and the handwritten notes and sending DVDs. And I also like the idea of showing a DVD instead of reading the script.
Yeah.
But adding onto the DVD, so you're not just reading to people. I thought that was a really good idea. Yeah. So I was very excited about this section because I'm not super comfortable speaking in front of people myself. So, yeah. I like
this section is really helpful. I mean, it really kind of like helps you to think like, oh, I could start a blog, like if you're into that, or it just gets you thinking, there's other ways to educate people. It doesn't have to be face-to-face class. Yeah.
And I loved Joel's story about the health food stores and putting up flyers, and Aaron that was having the Aaron's car kits. Because I just think of some of the guys that I know that they like their products, but my brother, for instance, he and his wife love their oils. And I kept trying to get him to have some of his guys over. And he said, Lindsay, guys don't go have classes. We'll go play poker together. We'll go play golf together. We don't get together and talk products. I'm not going to share with them what supplements I'm taking. Like, okay, so trying to find a way for the guys to really embrace the business has been a challenge, but I love that because, I mean, they could very easily go sell a kit that meets a specific need to their guy friends. And I think he doesn't have to explain in this what to do with this car kit, right? It has the cleaner, it has the rags, it has everything, and then he's got a starter kit in there so they get their membership, but you've also, I don't know. I just thought it was a great idea.
Brilliant. Yeah. Really smart.
And I think that's a great thing for us to embrace in other areas. I think, Jenny, was I talking to you about the realtor? The real estate?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So doing something like that, maybe even with real estate agents, where you talk to them about, hey, buy some kits up front and give that as your thank you gift for them choosing you as a realtor instead of, you know, a $500 gift card or whatever, you know, give them something that they will use in their new home. So I think that that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now people don't have to give their social security number. So that would be much easier to give them as a gift.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, people are loving that. People are loving that you don't have to give the social security number anymore.
Yeah. And I think that'll make kit sales a lot easier.
It will. It totally will.
So confession time. I thought I did the homework, but I didn't. As far as in the book, in the workbook. But I mean, we've talked over a lot. I know. Come on, teacher.
Lindsay.
But did you guys do it? Y'all want to go over your answers?
Did you do it, Sherry?
Yeah, I did it. I mean, we've pretty much already talked about the same things, but
yeah, we talked about the first page, but oh my gosh. So we've done the first page, but maybe on the second page where it says move beyond your excuses, write down your way out. What's the opposite of the statement above that you wrote, and how are you fighting the negativity in your head? So instead of saying, I don't know anyone, saying, I do have a friend circle of however many people, and it's growing every day. So just changing your wording and your inner voice. So I thought that was good. Did y'all write anything for that?
Yeah, I did, because my main excuse was the standing in front of others thing. So I just wrote down, there's different options I have, like using the DVD or meeting with people one-on-one, and doing the handwritten notes and sending samples and CDs and that kind of thing. So I really like those options. So it made me feel like, yeah, I can do this actually. So yeah.
And I listened actually last night to a video that Lindsay Moreno did. She's a Royal Crown Diamond. Uh-huh. She said she has never once done a class. Wow. How do you get to Royal Crown Diamond and not ever have a class? I'll never know. But that's not how she does it. She does it, I guess, more through one-on-one and presenting the business.
Yeah.
Does more of the business approach.
Interesting.
Does she have business classes or what?
She didn't do a class. She just would, I don't know how she was getting the information out to people, but she did a lot of just talking to people about the business. Like she would go, and I think did she have a blog? Was she the blogger in Monique's Downline? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, we got a little 10-minute warning pop up. Okay, so check the options below that you believe you may be good at. So I can tell you that I have mailed a ton of those audio CDs.
Yes, you have.
And all of those mini game plan books. I mean, not everybody in our downline got the CD, but I mailed them to all of my prospects. I just gave my dad 20 CDs to keep at the golf shop. I gave our chiropractor 10 to keep there. So I've definitely embraced the CD part. That has been awesome for me. Yeah, I think as far as the others, I have not been great at any of the others. Maybe the tithing and praying.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I've been good about praying, but all of the in-betweens, not so much for me.
I would definitely be good at mailing out. I like sending mail. I love doing handwritten notes. I love making my own cards. Actually, I used to have a card business on Etsy where I did handmade cards. That was before I started. That was when I just had Evie. I just had one One baby. But anyways, I love sending mail, and I love sending like little samples, and I don't know, because I love the thought of them getting it and just being excited, and like I didn't say anything about it, so they have no clue it's coming. It just makes me excited. And then I do love blogging. I used to have a blog. Again, that's when I just had one child. And yeah, I totally like the tithing and praying, and I love the idea of letting like God like just have control over my business and just bring him whoever he has for me, or whoever he thinks that I can help. But I don't think I've done a good job of acting deliberately on every single person he puts in my path. So I can do better on that. So I checked that one, but you know, I think I can do a better job just helping people more. The ones that show a little bit of interest, I think I can help them, you know, more, and just be more confident about the kit and the oils and stuff like that, and not so timid about the money part, because I mean everybody can't afford this, and we've already talked about that. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, how well we can explain the value to them.
Yeah. I talked to one of the girls in our downline today. I was making some of my follow-up phone calls, and she is totally not, like, she got the game plan book. She was like, I am not into sales whatsoever. Like, she shut that down quick. But she absolutely loves her oils. And she must have said 3 different times that this is so much cheaper than going to the doctor, because she, I guess, has some health issues. And she's like, I was able to take care of this with my oils, and I did this with this and this. And she was listing all kinds of stuff out, and just over and over kept saying, this is so much cheaper than going to the doctor. And so when you have products that work like that, you can be bold and explain to people, you can't afford not to do this. Like, really, think about how much money you're spending on all these other things. You can't afford not to do this.
It's totally a mind game, I feel like, because if we didn't know that somehow we would make money if they bought a kit, it's like we would tell them in a heartbeat, like, oh yeah, I'll use these oils, and we would talk about it. Like, we wouldn't be nervous. We would just tell them how it is, you know. But it's like, because, and Monique says it's like, you got to get past the mind game of it, because you can, you know, trick yourself into being nervous because you're worried that they're going to think that you're trying to sell them something and stuff like that. And you just have to get past it. You just have to get past it, because that will hold you back forever if you can't get past that. So what I try to do, or what I've been trying to do to help me be in the right frame of mind when I'm talking to somebody is, hey, I'm going to tell them about the oils and the kit and everything like that. And in my heart, I have to be okay if they go sign up with their best friend. Like, that I would still be happy knowing that they got the oils. I didn't make a dime. Like, that needs to be my heart, in our heart, when we share with people. Like, if we can, and that'll help you kind of like detach from the money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you think about it like that.
That's good.
That's something I've been trying to do. Yeah. And it works. It works for me.
What about you, Faye? What are some of the things that you could do?
I can do a lot of things.
Yes.
Can y'all hear Faye?
A little bit.
Talk louder so they can hear you.
Oh, I said I can do a lot of things.
Yes, you can.
And really. Anyway, I can actually do, I can send them notes, make flyers for them, or make flyers, and I can do a follow-up. I can give, you know, but just me as a samples because I'm using not everything, but anyway. Yeah, I can do a lot of things really. I'm a very crafty person, creative, but I don't know what's going on in my brain right now, but it will happen. It will happen. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Awesome. Anything else that stood out for you guys in this chapter? Did any of you look at the GoPro book, the audio book that I linked?
No.
No,
I
I haven't.
talked about it again in the bonus assignment. But it's really good if you are ever in a long drive and you need something to listen to. It's good. It's a really good book. I'm just a huge fan of audiobooks because I can do that while I'm doing other things. So, yeah.
I like Eric War. I mean, I've watched. I think Lindsay, didn't they have us watch one of his videos for Operation Silver?
Yeah.
Bootcamp. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So then, chapter 6. I guess for tomorrow night, we've got about 2 minutes left. It says that your greatest tool is a detailed tour of the Young Living virtual office. So this chapter is all about navigating you through that, where to find stuff, and I think that you'll really like that. So your assignment in our workbook, it gives you some little check boxes saying that you're watching the Getting Started videos, you've gone through the member resources. It says to order the Gary Young book. I have it. I love it. I got it.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, but it's really powerful to have and show people the story because all the pictures from when he very first started are in there. So it's
How much was it, Lindsay, and where did you order it?
I ordered mine from Life Science Publishing, but it says here that you can get it in the virtual office and under quick orders, under the books. So it's there too. I just got it at convention.
Do you remember how much you paid?
I do not have a clue.
Because it's a really nice book with thick pages.
It is.
I'm thinking it's like at least $50. But I mean, it would be fabulous to have at a class.
And I've used it quite a few times with people that are like, well, you know, what's the big deal about Young Living? Well, it tells the whole seed to seal story, and it shows them. So it's really good.
Yeah, harvesting, yeah, all that stuff.
So, all right, guys, we are going to run out of time. It's going to cut us off. So thank you for.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Sherry. Bye, Faye.
All right. Bye.